Welcome back to the Next Play podcast with Prof G and Shively. Episode 4, Season 2. Matt Shively, how are you today?
I'm doing good. 4 is one of my favorite numbers, so excited about episode 4.
I'm excited about episode 4.
Yeah,
because that means this season I've gotten to hang out with you 4 times to do these things.
We've been outside for this season so
I do
far.
enjoy it. You know, This is why we live in Arizona. We get like 2 months of being able to enjoy the outside.
It is. And, you know, the helicopters and stuff don't sound as bad as we thought they did.
No, thank you to these little fuzzy mic covers.
That works. Right by the Chandler airport.
That's true. I will say the overcast is a little bit nice, too. I like the shade. So coming to you on, we're recording on a Wednesday for a Thursday podcast. So we don't have, we haven't had a lot of games to broadcast, but we've had a lot of action to talk about.
A lot to talk about.
So we'll just get right off and rolling. So far, 2 new sports coming to Justice this spring. One, women's sand volleyball. The second is men's baseball, which we've talked about previously on the program, obviously. But women's sand volleyball getting their first exhibition action last week against ASU club team. Obviously, games weren't counted for record purposes, so we're not really focused on the scores as much, but good amount of Justice College faithful. The Lion's Den starting to build itself out there by the house.
I tell you, I'm learning about this sport. You know, you're more the volleyball guy between the two of us, but the beach game is a little bit different. So I was talking to some of the girls, and they were saying that they have 6 pairings.
Yep.
And all 6 got a game. And that's kind of how it went against the ASU club ladies. And we have 2 courts over there, so they got to break in the new digs over there.
It's best 2 out of 3 instead of 3 out of 5 for sand.
How many do you play to?
I believe I'll have to double check. I think it might be 15 or 21. I don't think it's all the way to 25 like the court.
Right.
You're asking me questions here live on air that I don't know the answer to, but that's okay.
We can go back and edit it, make it sound like you knew instantly.
We're gonna learn though.
We're gonna learn
because there's more games coming up here. So
it is, excited. It just, you know, again, when we break in these new sports, these inaugural seasons, so really exciting as you look forward to the future of these programs as well.
The courts look pretty out there with the bright green Justice nets and
good matching of the school colors. I love that.
Yep. So that's really the only action for the women's volleyball last week, but they do have another exhibition coming up this Friday against NAU's club team, Northern Arizona University. So we'll see how that goes.
You want to come check that out? 3:00, right?
I might come out and check it out. We won't be broadcasting it, I don't believe, because it's still an exhibition. But I'm anxious for their first countable game so we can get out there and actually do some broadcasting.
That'll be great.
Yeah, and then so women's sand volleyball, that's what we have. Last week, though, was also the opener for men's baseball, Justice University men's baseball.
The men's Justice baseball team were part of a preseason tournament called the Coach Calderon Invitational.
Oh, you're just full of information, aren't you?
The games were played at Snedeker Park and ACU's campus. So the ACU game...
Arizona Christian, for those of you who don't know.
The Snedeker's close to where I live, but I still didn't make it to those games. But the ACU game on Saturday was on live stream. So got to catch a lot of that, which is cool.
So played... the first game was against Nelson.
So Thursday, I believe that game was just like a scrimmage with Nelson outside of that little invitational.
Okay.
But they did get a game with Nelson on Thursday.
And then they got a pair against Embry-Riddle.
Yep. So they played Embry-Riddle and Benedictine on Friday. And then Saturday they played Embry-Riddle a second time. So those were the 4 lineups, the 4 matchups.
We'll focus more on the strong performances. They were unable to get a game out of those 4 to turn out their way. But I will say the doubleheader on Friday, they put up 23 runs between the 2 games. So the offense showed up there, and strong performance from Jaden Valenzuela.
Jaden Valenzuela had a gem on the nightcap, and he threw 7 innings, 2 runs, 1 earned, 8 Ks on efficient 77 pitches, which is really, really good. And they had their first, I guess it's not a first official since it was a preseason game, but Trey Williams hit one out.
Okay.
So we have a home run on the board, at least for the preseason.
It's almost like it lines up with Coach Zach saying that Trey Williams should be expected to be the power hitter. Right?
Absolutely. And had other, you know, again, it seems like Dylan English had a RBI double in almost every game over the weekend. So he had a couple good hits. David Roboloth had a really good performance at the plate. He had a hit in several games. I think he went 3 for 3 in one of them, 3 for 3 in the second Embry-Riddle game. stealing some bases too. Both of those guys, Emmerich as well, who's been the leadoff hitter. So there's a lot of promise there. Federico Tribertini, our Italian baseball player, had a good couple knocks as well.
Wait, that's an Italian name?
I think just a little bit. I'm done saying things about people's names.
No, it's a great name. I'm not saying anything negative. It's just, man, you can tell where he's from. Is all I'm saying.
He's a good kid. He's in one of my classes, and 3 RBIs in that game against the 13-14 barn burner. That game was just back and forth, and it was, I believe, 14-9, and they got back to 13, and they just couldn't quite get that tying run in.
And then Embry-Riddle figured something out on Saturday because they turned it back around. I think it was, you said 11-2 Embry-Riddle. So they had that barn burner and then figured something out the second time around.
And Devin Hancock in the he had a good pitching performance too. He had 7 Ks when he pitched. I forget which game that was. I was looking. I think I wrote it down on the wrong place. But yeah, the pitching is a lot of runs given up, so pitching is going to adjust.
Especially bullpen. Sure.
Yeah, bullpen and shutting. It's hard. Being a closer, being up there for a hold or a save, is really tough at times when you've got that lead. And what I noticed a theme is walks. They cut down on walks. You're going to see a lot of that change. In the Embry-Riddle game, there were a lot of walks early, and almost all the walks scored. And so I'm sure Zach and Jake, the pitching coach, are preaching that right now, that, walks lead to runs. Free bases lead to runs on the scoreboard.
Got to walk before you run? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you walk them, they will run on you. So don't do that either. So, yeah, good start. Obviously, they wish they went 4-0, but that's every guy I've talked to from the baseball team, they kind of have this, look on their face, we got
two of the 4 that they legitimately could have walked away with, and for a brand new program to come out. And again, not to use an excuse, but it's the reality that these were schools in the conference ahead of us.
Right.
At least 3 of the 4 games were.
Yes.
And so to come out against a more established line of competition and almost take 2 of those games.
Take 2 NAIA teams to the brink.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think, with baseball, we'll see this as we go forward. The name of the game will be winning series.
Yep.
Because a lot of them will be 2 and 3 game sets with the same team. And so getting out early, getting that first game won so that you set yourself up to win the series is going to be huge. And so those Friday games are going to be really important.
Yep, absolutely.
When there are Friday games.
Yep. This weekend we do have 3 games again for men's baseball against Lemoyne-Owen, a team from Memphis. It's an HBCU team from Memphis, Tennessee.
Cool.
Coming out here, they're D2, so we're going to test the guys again right out of the gate here, see how that goes. But these are countable season games, I believe.
Yes, I believe so too. I think this is officially the start of the season.
And this is officially our first home games, although they're being played at Skyline High School in Mesa. So if you want to come out and watch the Lions, it's at Skyline High School in East Mesa. Hope you can get out there, but if you can't, we will have those broadcasts for you. I think both of us the first game and maybe one of us the second, but we'll be out there. So tune in for that. We will not be broadcasting Sunday's game, just the life of a pastor, and then I'm volunteering at our church too. We just don't have the bandwidth. So I don't know about Sunday games getting broadcast this season, but we'll do our best to broadcast as many as we can. So
absolutely, yeah, we'll see what we can do.
Yep. So we'll see what's coming up, or we'll probably see Jaden Valenzuela again in there. Just don't know where he's going to be in there. Hopefully he'll have 2 strong back-to-back starts, his first couple starts out. And
that's right.
Ready to go. So we'll wrap it up here with men's basketball. They actually have a few games since we talked last.
They did. They had a couple games out in California, and then another game last night, which will be Tuesday night, as you're listening to this, over on the west side, Ottawa and Glendale.
So no bell.
No bell was the first game out there, and there's a theme of all 3 of these games, a trend to watch, and it was a little bit of a sluggish start. They were only, I believe they were only up by 2 at the half on Nobel, but the second half they took off, and they wound up winning, going away 84-58. Jaden Walker dropped 19. Jaden Cameron 14 and 8. Mosick they called him Demolek all weekend. It was driving
Moses
me crazy.
Demolek?
Yeah, Moses Demolek. Had,
I don't know if you saw it, but
14-9.
I put the pronunciation in the chat on that game.
That was nice.
I was like, Demolek.
Yeah.
Trying to get him to change it. He did not.
He did not.
And I will say he did award the away team's MVP to Jaden Cameron.
Yeah.
That game, I heard him say that.
Walker and Cameron, he put him kind of toes.
Yep.
I think he did.
Both of the Jadens.
Both the Jadens.
Yep.
And then the next night at West Coast Baptist, who we have seen here in town for a match or a game already, they won 94-81. And very similarly, they were down 2 at the half on that one.
Not quite the same showing we saw here in Chandler.
No, just a little.
That was a 40-point win, I think.
40-point win, but they did wind up winning by double digits at the end. Again, JD Walker went off in that one. I believe he had 29 points to pace the Lions scoring attack. Again, you see a lot of good defense leading to offense, and that's exactly how they turned the tide in the second half. Another theme between that game and the game last night is the 3-point shooting of the other team starting to lead to some problems for the Lions. So we saw West Coast hit several threes in that game. Then fast forward to last night against Ottawa. Ottawa hit 16 threes.
That'll be very difficult to overcome.
They went 16 of 38. They got 38 3 attempts up.
Wow. And who says today's game of basketball is not a 3-point shooting game?
So that 3-point perimeter defense is going to be key to not give up open looks. Ottawa won going away in that one. They basically won the first half, and that's all they needed to do. They were up 29 at the break and wound up winning by 26. So really, it was almost dead even in the second half. But again, the slow starts coming out early. That ferocious defense needs to wake up early, I think. And
I also think, from what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing so far too, the defensive set that they're using when they're in the half court seems to be allowing a lot of those 3-point attempts coming in. So you got to balance the being up in their face and not playing too far off with the fact that you can't also let them blow by you. We don't really have a large big man, let's say. We have Moses and people like that, but you don't really have that interior support, if that makes sense, interior strength down there. So they're playing a lot of man-on-man defense.
Right, and they switched at the half, I believe, in the West Coast game, and that really made a difference. Not getting to see the Ottawa game, I can't speak to it personally.
Yeah, I've seen Coach BJ switch to a 2-3.
Yeah, so he definitely makes adjustments at halftime, and his adjustments seem to go really well, as you've seen all year. Even against those D1 opponents, those second halves have been almost even with D1 teams.
And NAU, I think they were 4 points shy of even.
So waking up, be ready to shoot when you leave the bus. Get ready. Get ready early will be.
And the defensive intensity, too, needs to start right from the beginning. Because if you can, get a few steals or a couple block shots at the beginning, that's going to get you off on a nice roll. So
absolutely.
This week we do have a game on Saturday for men's basketball, 2:00 in the afternoon. I can't remember who the opponent is, unfortunately. That's my fault. But I believe we're going to try. Are we going to try and broadcast that one?
That's this Saturday?
No, that's next Saturday. You're right.
Saturday.
I'm getting ahead of myself, Matt.
You are.
With 40-something games on the schedule this spring, it's sometimes tough to remember which one's which.
And then if we add, because I was just talking to the soccer coaches, and they're like, hey, we got games. You guys want to come? Ooh, we'll try. We'll try.
Unfortunately, I think we're kind of limited to in-season games. I mean, spring soccer is great, but we're already doing 40 games plus.
If the stars align, we'll see what we can do. But definitely, our hearts are with them for sure.
So this week, then, we're focused on sand volleyball and baseball.
Yes.
And we'll talk more next week about the upcoming basketball action.
Perfect.
Any final departing thoughts here before a big week with the new sports?
I love this time of year. It's one of my favorite times of year for the sports calendar. Kind of, you got the Super Bowl coming up, and then there's this little dead period.
You mean the big game?
The big game. Yeah. And then you get into baseball starting and spring training and
basketball playoffs come before you know it.
Yeah, and March Madness before that, and the local golf tournament coming in here next week as well. And so I love this time of year. The weather's great.
The week to avoid North Scottsdale if you're not going to the tournament. Yeah.
So get out and watch some sports. Get out and watch some baseball. Check out the sand volleyball, BYO lawn chair, and enjoy
BYOLC.
Yeah. And enjoy it. Again, I can't wait to smell the popcorn and hot dogs and my sunflower seed game. I'm gonna.
I don't know if we'll have concessions at Skyline High School.
I'll bring my own seed. My own seeds.
I'm telling you, stop at QT or Circle K, grab yourself a hot dog, and you can smell it the whole time you're there.
That's it. I'll just have it setting there on the table. We won't even eat it. We'll just smell it.
Yep. And if people could be with us right now, this looks like a college campus at the moment. I'm looking over at the crowded guys, hacky sacking once again. So it is a great time to be in Arizona, outside enjoying the weather, and we're excited. So you look like you were going to say something, and then you didn't.
I just kind of shook my head and then stopped. My brain
You're like a pitcher.
stopped.
You like shaking me off? No.
I was just so excited about the hacky sacks.
I know you're missing out.
That means we are a college campus. I think that is actually on the
that is what you call
page.
Student life right there.
It is happening, everybody. This is not a drill. We have a vibrant student life campus here.
Absolutely. So get out and check out some games this weekend, but we will see you next time on the broadcast this weekend and then again on next week's podcast. But for now, I am Prof G along with Matt Shively, and we'll catch you next time.
Peace.